Hola, hola, this is Armel with TWIG Talks. Today I am so excited. I am interviewing Greg, who is the historian of Ajijic, someone who knows everything about the special place, is next to me. Thank you for being on TWIG Talk.
Thank you, Armel. My pleasure. I am a knowledgeable person in this area, but believe me, there are historians who have put down and done extensive research on this area far beyond what I have done. But part of the magic of this place is how well it's been documented. Unique colonial village from the 16th century that's also the birthplace of overseas living in Mexico.
So I know that it is reading a book from someone who really was able to convey the amazing side of here that you are inspired.
Yeah, there were a number of books written in the 1940s and 50s about these crazy foreigners living in Mexico, and books that zoomed in on the village life here in Ajijic and the lakeshore of the 1940s. And so one of those books that had a big impact on my decision was called Village in the Sun, written by Dane Chandos. His nom de plume, he was a British writer writing with a writing partner. And they wrote 12 beautiful chapters about building a home in San Antonio, Tlayacapan. So when I read that book, we were already thinking of moving here 10 years ago. And we ended up coming with my mom, who needed better Alzheimer's care. And so that book cinched it, though, because it talked about the village, which still has vestiges of a colonial town, a beautiful lake in one direction and the beautiful mountains in the other. All of that is still here in a lot of local traditions also.
So Greg, 10 years ago, you moved here with your mom to care for her health. You, at the time, still had a job. You're working from here. And then what happened from that time to now, you being so well connected? I don't know one person here that doesn't know you. Tell me what happened.
Hopefully for the right reasons, too.
Yes.
No, I had a full-time job in the first 5 years I lived here. So starting in 2020, I was able to travel less and also have a little time to absorb and think about what I was seeing and learning coming here, because I didn't want to be the guy parachuting in who has the answer to everything. So I certainly didn't. And it took a long time to feel comfortable. And that happened probably because of getting out with more volunteer organizations here that let you connect very easily and quickly with a whole range of things to see and do in this area.
Especially LCS, the Lake Chapala Society, which we're going to discuss further. So now you really know this area, you have immersed yourself into it, and you chose 3 questions that we're going to dive into. Question number 1 that you chose. Complete this. You haven't truly experienced Ajijic until you ...
Well, I would say until you spend 3 hours on a walking tour of the city, that would be certainly one thing that you could do.
Should that be with you?
Yeah, I'd be happy to help people with that. A great storytelling of the history of Ajijic, focusing on the 20th century when these waves of foreigners came to live here and turn this isolated fishing village into one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the Western Hemisphere.
So people of Guadalajara, when you come here, I'm going to put on the top of the screen the contact of Greg. Greg, every Saturday, give a tour, and you don't want to miss it. The question number 2 that you chose for yourself, and if you had to sell Ajijic in 30 seconds to a foreigner, what would you say?
I would say that what is important when we pick a place to live overseas, one of the biggest decisions you'll make in your entire life, if you can think about finding a place that is foreign and familiar at the same time. Because you go to a place that's too foreign, where everything from supermarkets to namespaces to communication makes it's a tough way to start. But the other side is the foreign side, which is referring to the importance of keeping yourself engaged, interested, curiosity. And in Mexico, you're in one of the most extraordinary cultural and physical landscapes anywhere in the world. So that combination is I think what is really important.
The most unique things and why to come here. Thank you. The last question you chose for yourself is, what is the thing we don't tell foreigner before they move here that they should know?
Right. It's a good question. And I think a lot of people are astounded to learn of the performing arts scene that exists here is exceptional. Remember, Ajijic is only a town of about 12,000 people. And we have some extraordinary things, including 3 theater companies doing live theater.
Bravo, LLT, and the Bear Theater. And they are amazing production in English, which we don't have in Guadalajara.
Yes, and these are happening throughout the month. Everything from live comedy to Shakespeare to Broadway musicals, comedy, drama. So that scene is very vibrant. So is the orchestra here that we have, like Chapala Orchestra. And we also have Los Voces del Lago, which is a community choir. So that is something a lot of people don't know. The other thing is the Lake Chapala Society, which is a unique organization founded over 70 years ago and has a beautiful campus in downtown Ajijic, about 1,700 members. CS helps people with a soft landing in Mexico with training and courses, and then also does a lot of philanthropy work, especially around youth development.
And all this in a beautiful garden where they have a lot of exhibition of art and gathering of people for coming very soon for Dia de los Muertos, wine tasting, mariachi festival, and a lot of support for children. Children art and many other things. I have great admiration for LCS. I wish we had something like that in Guadalajara. We have many of us trying to help from SOC or TWIG, but we have nothing like LCS. So I think we are reaching time limit. Is there one more thing you want to share with our audience before we say goodbye?
Well, we get a lot of day visitors, and I wish people would come and spend a night or two. We don't have any large corporate hotels here, with one exception. So you're going to be staying in small bed and breakfasts,
Intimate,
bunch of different
romantic.
settings. Right. You could be right in the Ajijic village. You could be in the outskirts. You can be in the other
spa
communities
on the
here.
top of the
Don't even get me started about spas and aguas termales. So come and spend more than a day and take advantage of the gastronomy here. We have a very diverse assortment of some very good quality dining, not tacos like you have in Guadalajara, unfortunately. We only have a couple of places.
So we don't need to have tacos everywhere.
But we have great international cuisine and some really fun bars as well.
I just tried during this trip, as we are now coming every 3 months for 1 week, at the new Casa Lule, and we really loved it. It was beautiful property. They have a bar that is like a cabaret bar, and the food was exquisite. So I recommend trying the new Casa Lule. Thank you so much, Greg.
You're welcome.
I wish I could say come back anytime. This is your house, but this is your house that I am in right now with this amazing garden. But please come back on Twig Talk anytime.
Thank you. Love to.
And I hope you learn a lot from why you should come to Lake Chapala more often. Now, stay tuned for the 5 things not to miss in Guadalajara this week. Thank you. Ciao. The 5 events we recommend not missing this week are the second big parade of Dia de los Muertos. Yes, there was one, the first one last Saturday on October 25th, and it was produced by the Guadalajara government. The one coming on Saturday, November 1st, is from a famous nonprofit. There will be 15,000 Catrinas. It's huge. So if you missed it last week, do not miss this one. It starts at 4 p.m. from the Parque La Penal. Of course, it's free. Number 2, most of us have seen the classic ballet, the Swan Lake. However, have you seen the acrobatic Swan Lake? Well, on Thursday and Friday at Conjunto Santander is the acrobatic Swan Lake, and you do not want to miss it. Number 3, for the 3rd year, is Viva la Tinta Tattoo and Art Festival. It's really fun. So it goes from Friday to Sunday. You can get your tattoo done if it's your dream, and you can see a lot of artistic performance. It will be a Salon Fiesta from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and it's only 300 pesos. Number 4, if you have been wondering which one is the best Pan de Muerto, you have for the first time the Pan de Muerto Festival from Friday to Sunday from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Parque Monterrey. You can try countless of Pan de Muerto. Try to not get sick. Number 5, the Day of the Dead Cathedral Show. So from Thursday to Sunday, we are used to see this amazing free video show projected on the facade of the cathedral. But since October 25th and until the end of November, you will be able to see the special edition Dia de los Muertos. It is a must-see. It is free. It starts at 7:45 p.m. at night, and every hours until 9:45, you can see this exquisite show for free. Do not miss it. Now, Dia de los Muertos, so many events, from famous one to unknown one, that we had to compile a very curated special guide of more than 40 events and 22 pages to make it easy on you, so you do not miss amazing performances and exhibition and experiences. We have done the same with Halloween. You have more than 40 events referred in the TWIG Halloween edition. You don't want to miss it because it started way before Halloween and it will go until November with family events and really scary events. So if it's your thing, don't miss it. Also on Tuesday, we launch a very important issue, the 50 concert that you do not want to miss in Guadalajara. In the rest of the 2025 year until 2026, 50 incredible concerts from rising stars in Latin America that you may not know, but you want to know, and famous international bands and singers finally coming to Guadalajara. We don't only list all the top concerts and the one we truly recommend not missing and why you should not miss them, but we help you select the right seat to see well and get 2 tickets for one when they are available. So this is a very precious issue. Thank you so much. Of course, as usual, you will find almost 1,000 upcoming events on our TWIG super calendar. We will see you next week for another interview and more of this beautiful city of Guadalajara. Thank you for your loyalty and see you next week.